All right. So I don't know if you've heard of this story. I've seen it on TikTok a couple times, and I know it's been told several times on other podcasts, but I don't really care. So this guy and this girl went on this first date, and they went out to this restaurant, and they could both tell they weren't really feeling each other. You know, it was just a basic date that just wasn't, whatever. And so at the end of the date, they were cashing out or whatever, and the guy's like, "Hey, you want to do something fun? Let's go walk in the national park, like walk down the trail or whatever." And she's like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And so they're walking, and it's already starting to get kind of dark and all, and they're walking and walking. They're trying to make it to the top before it gets too dark, but it gets dark. And as they're walking, they start hearing a noise, and they stop, and the noise stops, and then they walk a little bit further, and the guy, as he was walking, he stepped on something really soft.
Oh.
And as soon as he did that, he stopped, and he looked at her, and he's like, "Let's get out of here," and they ran out. So 10 years later, this couple who didn't have the greatest date ends up being married.
Okay.
And they're watching the news one day, and the news was talking about a body that was found where they were actually walking 10 years ago. And so it turned out Ted Bundy was actually like a foot away from them when they were walking there, and they obviously ran off in time, but it turned out to be Ted Bundy was burying a body there. And
wow.
And they actually interviewed him about this, and
the guy or Bundy?
Ted Bundy. And he mentioned that like it was going to happen one way or the other. Like luckily they ran off in time, but he said he thought in his mind, he's like, "I'm going to have to kill them too."
Yeah.
So can you imagine?
Dude, what a story.
Yeah. And like I don't tell stories the greatest, but I mean you get the gist of it.
Yeah,
Like, that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. And what you just be like, "Hey babe, remember that time we could have been killed by Ted Bundy?"
Yeah, right.
Like if you think we haven't been through some stuff, we could have been killed by the most notorious serial killer in America.
Wild, dude.
That is crazy, dude.
It would man. I feel like I might tear up a little bit. It'd scare me so bad, like, well, maybe not. I don't know.
No, I don't see you.
Be like, we should go back.
Yeah, I mean, soft. I'd be like, "Oh man, did someone let their dog shit?" Like I wouldn't even think about a body. I'd just be like, "Oh man, I just stepped in dog shit. Let's keep walking."
Or a mud pile.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that like his footprint wasn't used for evidence when they found the body. Unless
10 years later.
Yeah, 10 years later. And then he Bundy did admit to like 30 of his murders or something like that. And I think they say it's around 37 that he killed, but he said it was even excuse me. He said it was even more.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's crazy, dude. What a story. Like you tell your grandkids that.
Have you ever gone on a date with somebody that seemed to be maybe that crazy? Like, you met somebody that like, wow, they could potentially kill me one day.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Your ex-wife?
I do think that she has it in her.
She's got it in her, but I don't think she'll pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think she has it in her if the motive was serious enough. Now, dating somebody, I've been on one date with someone that I would say didn't spook me, but I could definitely see that they are someone that could potentially be harmful to other people and not really care. And so naturally I went out with her twice. That was a joke. Yeah. So we did have 2 dates. The second date, that's where I kind of felt it. I was like, oh, because the first date seemed normal, and then the second date was like, okay, something's a little off. Like,
what was off?
I think it was just her demeanor towards, I think people around us, and like the way she would talk about them.
Like she would just rant anybody and she'd just say something about them.
Yeah, just like kind of say something, and like it was almost like a hatred. And I was like, wow, the fact that she just like hates this random stranger.
Was she wearing all black?
No, she wasn't wearing all black.
Was she hot?
I mean, yeah, she was cute. She was cute. I mean, and it could just be me overthinking it.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of women watch those murder mystery documentaries. Well, men just kind of think logically about this stuff, and I'm like, well, she's not going to kill me, but she doesn't like this type of person, so don't be that person. And that's when I think we ghosted each other, essentially. Like after the second date,
Yeah.
it was just like, yeah, we're not feeling it, so we never really text back to each other. And I mean, everybody has the capability to take another human's life.
Yeah.
It's just, do we have the capability to do it without a conscience towards it?
Would you ever date a girl who spent time in prison for murder?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd be too scared.
Yeah, it would be like, and it's like, hey, I killed my husband. Oh, okay.
I'd be like, what did he do?
Yeah.
Why?
He didn't take out the trash after 3 times.
Oh, shit.
Telling him.
Every time she throws something in the trash, you take it out.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey,
I got it.
I'll take that for you.
I got it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I couldn't. I think there would just be too many times in the back of my head be like, wow, this woman literally has done this before and she's just waiting for her time. And like, what if that one day she's not feeling in her right mind, and then bam, she just
feeling a little off that day.
It's almost like Gone Girl. You see that movie Gone Girl? Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. One, definitely would like to go out the way that Patrick Neil Harris goes out. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he's inside the woman, then bam, his throat slit. Like, I get it. Like, that's like a cool way to go. Because the last thing you're having sex, right?
You think if you're having sex and you're hard and they slit your throat, your penis instantly goes down because all the blood
all the
squirts out of your body?
Yeah.
Like it just drains instantly?
Yeah. That's yeah. I bet it does.
We should
No, we should not.
No, I'm not saying try it out. All right, Eric. We got EMS on standby.
Yeah. Get inside me.
Get inside me, Eric. I'll slit your throat.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm coming right over. Yeah. It's like you get that 3 a.m. text. Hey. Oh, shit. You want to slit my throat, don't you?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Man, you couldn't date somebody.
No.
Now, how about like what is the what crime could they commit that you would date them? Like they went to prison.
I would say if they went to prison for like drug charges.
Yeah, but what if they were an addict to it?
Then no.
Yeah.
But if they were like transporting or whatever,
yeah, so
not like
drug
heavy drugs, but like if they,
but the charge would be drug trafficking,
right.
Like maybe when they were with their boyfriend at the time and he was the drug trafficker, she was like guilty
wrong
by
place, wrong time.
So
Yeah.
she got like 1 to 5 years.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, it would. Like I could do that. Yeah,
but if she's some little, Mexican lady, well, I prefer white, I guess, but some little Mexican lady that got caught with 50 pounds of marijuana on her back, I'd still give her a chance.
Right. Yeah. I definitely could do the drugs. I could definitely do fraud.
Fraud?
Yeah, like money fraud or money laundering. I could do that because I'm having separate accounts with my next partner anyways.
Yeah.
Like we'll have one account for like our dates and like vacations and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll have our own. So theft I would do. Like I've got nothing that you could steal, which is kind of fraud. And
so like theft, like if she spends a night at your house one night and she steals your TV.
Okay, I could buy a new TV.
But you gonna still be with her?
Probably not.
Like it's just her. Like she took your TV over to her house.
And then
like,
it'd just
I'm
be
sorry. It's just I'm so used to stealing. Here's your TV back.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a shame on me for like giving him that option. Like, yeah, you know what? Keep the TV. Don't talk to me again.
What if she like assaulted somebody?
No. Especially if like she assaulted a spouse. It's like spousal abuse because it's like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with that. And I don't expect women to do that. Like, I don't expect women to date a guy that has domestic violence charges.
Yeah, definitely.
So for me to say, oh no, they should like give him a you never know. That's a double standard.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. Which is why I think sometimes in the girls group when they post that, like the mugshots and stuff, like and like if he's a child porn or molest, like post them even, and that's public record. You're not sharing anything that people can't already see. And like I couldn't do that if a woman was like a sexually assaulted somebody, went to prison. No, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Now,
it's just the intentions behind it. The fact that they were able to do it, not the fact that they did it, but the fact that they were able.
Yeah, and do it, and then do it multiple times, because usually it seems like with a few charges or with a few crimes, one time is okay. Like I see a lot of people get arrested multiple times for the same drug charges, and then they're out within a couple of days.
Right.
Or like, men, for instance, for domestic violence, like when they have several domestic violence charges, they're still not in jail. And I'm like, well, how? After, like, at what point is that person safe for society? Like, you need to remove them, and they have to go to jail. I mean, there's a difference between jail and prison. Because prison's more than 1 year and jail is 1 year, and like how reformed are they at that point? Like there would be a discussion to have. Now what about this? What about, would you date anybody in AA, Drugs Anonymous, or Sex Anonymous?
I mean, I like to drink beer, so I wouldn't date anybody in AA.
Oh yeah, that'd be hard.
Sex Anonymous. I just feel like they're going to relapse with me.
Well, Sex Anonymous,
I guess if it's a healthy sexual relationship, then it's not the same.
I would say, like, okay, what are you addicted to in sex? Like, do you have to have multiple partners? Because then, no. Yeah. I'm not into the polyamory.
I agree.
And then, like, drugs, I'd be like, okay, I could probably do the drugs before all the other ones. Because I think that they just need kind of that support system, to get off the drugs and like the support system. And then like with sex, that's probably the hardest one for me, because it's like, what are you addicted to at that point? Like, are you addicted to just running around having multiple partners? Like, that's hard.
A porn addiction could fall under sex addiction.
It can, and then that's where I think me and you have that disagreement.
I thought you were going to say that addiction.
No. We don't have that addiction. But we have that disagreement. Like, to me, that would just kind of damper our intimacy level, and I would consider it cheating. Where you wouldn't, but I think that one would be easier. Like, if it's, hey, I'm just addicted to porn. Okay, well, what do you need from me to help you not be in porn? Or not be in porn, but be addicted to porn. Could you date a porn star?
I was literally going to ask you that.
We're not talking OnlyFans. I don't know if that's
like
necessary.
A legit porn star.
We're talking, like
she's making good money. She's
money
up there.
Yeah. Like, she's going to the award shows. She's winning awards.
I've always wanted to go to one of those. So maybe until we go to the first award show. No, I don't know. I just. I mean, I've heard like interviews with porn stars, and like they have their marriage, and then they have their job outside of that, and I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah, it would be hard. It would be hard because I'm not in the business. So like when you say, hey, I'm going to work and now I'm getting, double penetrated, it's like, oh, great. She's like, yeah, but don't worry, there's room for you. Like, no, there is no room for me.
Weed eating for the landscape company you work for.
Yeah, right.
Thinking about your girlfriend getting railed.
Yeah, right. I just, it definitely, it's kind of like why movie stars date movie stars, because they're in the business. They understand the schedule and stuff. Yeah. So I'm sure that porn stars only date porn stars.
Could you date a movie star if you were a nobody?
Yes, and I could definitely date a musician. I definitely could do that because that's an easier lifestyle that I I could understand, like, you're on the, I mean, that's just a traveling nurse essentially.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying the traveling nurses are, you know, like music stars. I'm just saying that you're always gone. And I think you could base the trust there. Acting, yeah, I could definitely do that as long as it's not like getting in their head that they're like above people because of their money or whatever.
Yeah.
And
as long as she treats you like an equal.
Yeah.
Brings
Just
you
like
on the red carpet.
And you know, I'm gonna treat her like like an equal too.
I could see you with like a movie star, and you're just on the red carpet, like, "Hey, I'm Eric.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
follow that stupid dating show.
You need to date a fucking movie star now.
Yeah,
so we can get the podcast on the red carpet.
Definitely could date a professional athlete. I definitely could do that.
Yeah.
I have noticed, though, and I've seen this even on Hinge, is that if they were a D1 athlete in college, they want to date former D1 athletes because they think that it's in the DNA, so their kids could be D1 athletes. And I'm like, no. I don't. I mean, I guess maybe
it makes sense, but
I mean, it makes sense, but
you want to build a Hitlerish type family.
Right. Like, so why don't you just date a normal dude and then you just get the kid into sports? Like, I'm not saying date someone that has no athletic ability, but you never know. Your gene of being a D1 athlete could go into the kid and then he just gets his dad's looks and he could be outstandingly good looking.
Or you could both be D1 athletes and your kid turns out to be a fucking fat ass.
Right. Like, oh, let's skip the generation.
That is something that kills me is like if I'm like at a store or something and you got a mom and her son and the son is well over 200 pounds and he's only like 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, that's child abuse, man.
And then he's just got an armful of fucking candy and she's got sodas. Like, it's like, come on, really?
Like, to me, that's child abuse.
Your kid's gonna die next year.
Yeah, to me, that's child abuse.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... The kid doesn't know any better. He's hungry. She's hungry.
He is very hungry.
And really, is he hungry, or are you just giving him